Manchester United, this great footballing institution, trying to rid the club of this complex about the Championship, which they failed to win since the flower power days of 1967. Wallace, whose older brother Danny is a Manchester United substitute. His twin brother Ray is a Leeds reserve.
Might be interesting to see if they look for Gary Speed at the far side.
Well, it got to him via the head of Bruce. Oh, Continal, the player who's popped in every half chance that's come his way so far. And Steve Bruce was let off lightly then. It's a corner, in fact. It's a weak header by Bruce's standards.
But you know what helps Gary Pallister here? It's that he doesn't take it with his left foot there, but wants it to run across his body.
McAllister will take the corner. Coming up to 5 minutes played. And Chapman, who's scored in the last 2 games here for Leeds, both 1-1 draws. And last season's goal was as close as Leeds have come to winning.
This is not good marking. You see Steve Bruce go away from Chapman there and allowing him time and space for a free header.
Wallace, and he just got back, did Blackmore. I must say I looked closely at that as to what Blackmore played. Rod Wallace went down. The referee was obviously of the mind that some of the ball was touched as well. Great ball by Hughes to McClare.
Oh, that's unlucky. So unlucky. Almost a perfect counter-attack. Oops. Not quite the perfect throw, though.
Careless hands. Tony Dorigo. Actually, Leeds are a little worried about the width of the pitch. It's 4 yards wider here than Elland Road. It's a point that Howard Wilkinson was making to his players this morning. Wasn't quite wide enough, but here's Chapman, and it's...
Well, Gary McAllister won't be happy with him. I know as a striker you have to be greedy, but McAllister made a brilliant run on the right side of Lee Chapman and was open for a little slip here as he picks up the ball. Yeah, you see McAllister come into your picture. He's completely free, Martin. And if he just slips him in, Chapman, then who knows what might have happened.
McAllister's corner, Schmeichel struggling, and Chapman put all his effort into getting to the ball and couldn't keep it in.
Here we often talk about zonal defence, and don't we? But I can't for the life of me understand why Manchester United are allowing Clayton Blackmore, one of the smaller members of the side, to mark Lee Chapman, one of the tallest members of the Leeds side. And they do give Steve Bruce the option to attack the ball, but it does leave Chapman fancying himself strongly at the back post, I'm sure.
Newsom, comfortable in the centre of defence. Challenges Hughes again here. And fouls him.
There's Mark Hughes, that's him at his best. Getting it under pressure, being strong and holding off the central defenders. Best in the land at that.
There's McClare. That's a fine ball because Hughes got in front of Newsom that time. And tried to steer it goalwards.
Well, you know he's got no doubt. Slight suspicions of offside there, isn't it? And I think the linesman's flag, you can see, goes up. Paul Ince trying to get in there.
Here's Speed. That was blocked by Bruce with his arms raised and ball to arm rather than an intentional handling, but it's a very risky manoeuvre in those circumstances.
You're not using that word intent as well, are you?
I think the referee was, though. Blackmore. Hughes hoping that would drop over Newsom, and he anticipated it. And Chelskis has gone inside him. Hughes and Ince, undetected. Paul Ince trying to get it across Lukic, one would suspect. Put it straight at him.
Oh, brilliant play, and what great vision from Mark Hughes here. He just loses Gary McAllister for a minute, Paul Ince, and almost gives United the lead.
Ince, Giggs, no suspicion of offside. He covered a lot of ground. Better spell this from Manchester United. White's header away. And Chelskis. Ince. McAllister didn't get to him. Blackmore.
Well, we all know Clayton Blackmore's capable of scoring goals from that range, but a good, patient build-up. And good to see Ryan Giggs in that one, just saying, I've not had much of the ball, so I'm coming across field and looking for it. That's good to see.
Well, it's a trial of strength, and Hughes has won that against Newsom. Here comes McClare. Oh, and he's pushed it too close to the goalkeeper. He still needed 2 attempts.
Well, not many people beat Mark Hughes in a trial of strength, as you mentioned there, and he showed all his huge physical appearance there. There was only one winner for me in this. He's got great thighs on, but he picks out the pass here, and it's only the first touch that lets Brian McClare down and just gives John Lukic a piece of it.
Ferguson. Here's Owen. Hughes held. Giggs was certainly all right, and Kanchelskis! Well, Leeds aren't happy with the linesman or with themselves, and it was Mark Hughes in the middle that caught them out. Certainly not Giggs who set it up.
Mark Hughes is offside for me here, Martin, right in the middle of the picture. But the first real flash of Ryan Giggs, the most difficult cross, the outside of your foot, but he picks out Kanchelskis brilliantly. Watch this, doesn't kill it with his right, I'm good enough for my left foot. That's brilliant football, but Leeds have got a case.
It's a dismal, damp morning, but it's turned out to be a perfect afternoon for playing. And certainly for watching. Mark Hughes wonders what might have been then. Speed for Strachan. Oh, and it's come for him, and it's the foot of Schmeichel, the studs on the right boot, to stop what would have been a sensational return for Gordon Strachan. It looked as though he was going to turn back the clock then. Speed. Chapman torpedoing in, but it was an opportunity for Strachan.
Yeah, it was a great opportunity as well. He does everything right. He makes a great run infield to get inside Clayton Blackmore, but then watch the keeper. He stands up an awful long time, and that's what makes it difficult. That's a great save.
Kanchelskis. Oh, that's a foul, and Fairclough is going to be booked for it. Really, Andrei Kanchelskis sped past him then, and Fairclough was committed, and he was late.
Yeah, I think his intent is to go for the ball. I think we should say that, but the referee's got no option in an area like that when you're attacking the box but to pull out the yellow card.
Pallister is waiting by the near post. Blackmore over the ball. And Bruce, who launches himself so often and without any thought of damaging himself. Without any worry about what he might do to anything except the back of the net of the opposition.
Testing time this, couple of minutes till half time. It's important for Leeds that they don't concede another.
Dennis Irwin is much admired throughout the game for the way he strikes a dead ball. Power. Sweep on it as well. Lukic didn't get there, it must be a goal. Bruce says that he got the touch. McClare was right in there as well. Goalkeeping error, 2-0.
Well, that's exactly what it is, and what a time to concede a second goal. Just when you look for a minute you might get back into it, this happens. But it's a great delivery of the corner. John Lukic makes nothing of it. And who reacts quickest? Steve Bruce.
Well, we talked about the skill at the set plays of Irwin, but John Lukic won't be happy at looking that one again.
Well, I've said that they've looked to me as if they would concede goals from crosses and corners, and it must be something that's worrying Howard Wilkinson. And they go and do it again today at a most crucial time in the game. Going in 1-0 down, you would think they really do fancy the chances. There's been enough to suggest that they shouldn't get disappointed in this first half. But 2-0 at Old Trafford, that's a different matter.
Hughes. Oh, Ince. Here's McClare and Lukic.
Mark Hughes is having an absolute stormer. Watch this for vision. Gets too much space, picks out Paul Ince, misjudges the header, and Brian McClare could really have tied up for them there.
Well, Manchester United looking to make full use of these extra seconds. Two goals for the home supporters to reflect on during the half-time break. The first came from Andrei Kanchelskis, but I'm sure they won't be playing for that, and given the way that Leeds have opened up a good number of defences in the Premier League already this season, they will be hoping to lift themselves from the disappointing nature of both goals that they conceded in the last 17 minutes of the first half. Ferguson trying to release Kanchelskis. Lukic kicks it away very confidently. And it was anticipated by Cantona. Fairclough. Batty.
I think if I'd been Howard Wilkinson at half-time, Martin, I certainly would have been saying to my players that, you know, don't get too down, don't be too despondent. You certainly created enough in the first half to suggest that with a little bit of luck on our part, we can get back into this game quite easily.
Hughes. It's under hit. Easily cut out by Strachan. He wants to play it to feet and does to Fairclough. Cantona had rather turned his back. McAllister. Ferguson taking him this time. It's an early cross from Fairclough and not a bad one. Cantona, it's a good one. And the header offering some encouragement for Leeds.
Yeah, he'll be disappointed he hasn't scored. It's a great ball in, and he gets the time and space. There he goes. Goalkeeper's out. Really should hit the target from there.
Darren Ferguson will be delighting the family again. Can't be easy being the manager's son, but he doesn't live at home now, and I think that makes the relationship more professional when they get to work. Kanchelskis, he's away, and Newsom tackled that splendidly. He got to the ball when all seemed lost.
Great recovery tackle from John Newsom. Again, they're asking, they're looking round, is there an offside here? Tony Dorigo's the one, crucial. But what he wants is, he wants to keep it on his right foot, Andrea Kanchelskis, and that gives John Newsom the chance to launch a tackle.
Fairclough's cross, Cantona! Fantastic.
Now that's brilliant skill and ability, isn't it? I don't suppose there's anyone else in the pitch capable of this, and I don't mean that any disrespect to any other players, but connects quite beautifully. One of the most difficult skills in the world, that makes it look so easy.
Space in midfield for Manchester United. Leeds have committed numbers forward. Ferguson. Giggs. Oh, and straight from the Mark Hughes catalogue.
That brilliant play from Manchester United. All the whole length of the park, and Giggs picks out a brilliant pass here. And oh, so close to a Hughes special, wasn't it?
Batty. Need space for Leeds here. He saw Schmeichel off his line. I'm not sure of the attempted curl ball. Well, it's the substitution for Leeds. Their second. And John Newsom's 22nd birthday includes a booking and an early end to his participation in the game. Steve Hodge, a midfield man with a good track record for providing goals. That's just what Leeds need. Hughes has come down for him. He took a while to locate it, but once he did, it sped past Lukic, bottom of the post, the nearest of misses.
Well, they almost caught them cold. Well, they're trying to arrange the defence in John Newsom's absence. He's looking for it, isn't he? Mark Hughes doesn't need to take it in any nearer than that. He immediately drills it, and that could have just been game-setting match.
Oh, it was well wide of Lukic's dive. It's Hughes, who's felt one or two in this game and didn't fancy another one, and I don't blame him for that. It was Gary Speed, who was favourite to get to the ball, but Hughes beat him to it.
I'm sure he finds that every game, Mark Hughes. He's so strong and wants to hold on to it at times so long that he does entice players to come and tackle him.
Yes, you need padding, you would think, all the way around the back of the leg, the calf as well as the shin. He's still trying to get free at this free kick, making him run across the edge of the area, enabling Bruce to find him and turning brilliantly, well held by Lukic.
Great play again, isn't it? But Steve Bruce deserves a big pat in the back. He knows what Mark Hughes wants. He knows where he wants it. In at his feet at the edge of the box.
Another towering leap by Pallister. The player didn't look, but wondering whether Hughes might be in pursuit of a ball played over the top. Oh, Speed! And Hughes can really cash in for Manchester United, but Lukic stuck out a leg. Well, there have been times in the second half when the lingering doubts were on the point of being eliminated for the home team. Never more so than then. Cantona. But Gary Speed got the ball stuck under his feet.
Well, this would have tied it up, wouldn't he? He's looking for a pass, he just loses his footing, and Hughes is away. He really could have had a hat-trick quite easily. Second half, Mark Hughes. I honestly expected him to score here, but give John Lukic credit. Stood up long enough to make it difficult and got his feet in the way.
A couple of years ago, Speed would have brought him down, accepted a yellow card. That was the last change of legislation before the back pass. And it has to be a good one again, because it's created a proper outcome to that incident. Speed couldn't be cynical, otherwise he'd have been sent off. Well, it's getting to Leeds now. A misplaced ball by White. Hughes, McClare trying with the outside of the right foot. Well, he's missed the family wedding up in Glasgow, but he's been on the right side of things here.
Oh, he won't mind that, will he? You can see what he's trying to do as Mark Hughes rolls it to him. He wants to hit it with the outside of his right foot and bend it. He starts it too wide, and he's certainly not going to come back from there.
When you win a match of this magnitude, you don't feel the fatigue, and you want the next one to come round as quickly as possible. Point we've made before, the matches, it seems, looking at them, are more demanding because of the back pass rule. McAllister goes for goal, gets a corner via the fingertips of Schmeichel.
Well, just to let us know that they're still in this game, and if Manchester United just take their eye off it or lose their concentration, Leeds will be there to snap it up.
But once more, pops up with the ball, Paul Ince. Giggs. Here's the scene set here for a final flourish. It might well be. Kanchelskis still looking hungry. Paul McClare just came behind him.
It's unlucky, isn't it, Brian McClare? They do everything right here. Look, he's trying to time his run, McClare, into the box, pulls to the back stick, and it's only a yard behind him. Ferguson not conceding any ground unnecessarily,
And if last season belonged to Leeds, today has belonged to Manchester United. The goals, Steve Bruce got the second, Andrei Kanchelskis the first, defeating the defending champions, a fourth successive win for Alex Ferguson's men, a fourth consecutive clean sheet as well, and Leeds have now gathered only 5 points from their last 5 games.